Nature of social change. The fact of social change has fascinated the keenest minds and still some of the greatest unsolved problems in social sciences. The phenomenon of social change is not simple but complex. To understand social change well, we have to analyze the nature of social change, which are as follows. First nature, social change is social. Society is a web of social relationships, and hence social change obviously means a change in the system of social relationships. Social relationships are understood in terms of social processes and social interactions and social organizations. Thus, the term social change is used to describe variation in social interactions, processes, and social organizations. The changes that have significance for all. Considerable segment of population can be considered as social change. Second nature, social change is universal. Change in the universal law of nature. The social structure, social organization, and social institutions are all dynamic. Social change occurs in all societies and at all times. No society remains completely static. Each society, no matter how traditional and conservative, is constantly undergoing change. Just as man's life cannot remain. Three, social change occurs as an essential law. Change is the law of nature. Social change is also natural. Change is an unavailable and unchangeable law of nature. By nature, we desire change. Our needs keep on changing to satisfy our desire for change and satisfy these needs. Social change becomes as necessity. The truth is that we are anxiously waiting for a change. The enthusiastic response of change has become almost way of life. 4. Social change is continuous. Society is an ever-changing phenomenon. It is undergoing endless changes. It is an ongoing process. These changes cannot be stopped. Society is subject to continuous change. Here, it grows and decays. There it finds renewal, accommodates itself to various changing conditions. Society is a system of social relationships, but these social relationships are never permanent. they are subject to change. From the dawn of history down to this day, society has been in flux. Five, social change involves no value judgment. Social change does not attach any value judgment. It is neither moral nor immoral. It is amoral. A question of what ought to be is beyond the nature of social change. It is ethically neutral. A correct decision on what is empirically true is not the same as correct decision on what ought to be. 6. Social change is bound by time factors. Social change is temporal. It happens through time because society exists only as a time sequences. The speed of social change differs from era to era. For example, the caste system, which was a pillar of stability in traditional Indian society, is now undergoing considerable changes in the modern India. 7. Rate and speed of social change is uneven. Though social change is a must for each and every society, the rate, tempo, speed, and extent of change is not uniformed. It differs from society to society. In some societies, its speed is rapid. In another, it may be slow. For example, in the modern industrial urban societies, the speed and extent of social change is faster than traditional agricultural and rural society. 8. Definite prediction of social change is impossible. It is very much difficult to make out any prediction on the exact forms of social change. But what the society will be in 1,000 years from now, no one can tell. For example, industrialization and urbanization has brought about a serious interrelated changes in our family and marriage system. But we cannot predict the exact forms which social relationship will assume in future. And social change shows chain reaction, sequences. Society is a dynamic system of interrelated parts. Changes in one aspect of life may induce a series of changes in another aspects. For example, educated young women, the changing value of woman force man to change their value system also. Therefore, society is a system of interrelated parts. Change in its one aspect may lead to a series of changes in other aspects of society. 10. Social change take place due to multi-number of factors. Social change is the consequence of number of factors. It cannot be explained in terms of one or two factors only, and that various factors actually combine and become the cause of the change. There is no single master key by which we can unlock all the doors leads to social change. As a master of fact, social change is the consequence of number of factors. Social changes are chiefly those of modification or of replacement. Social change may be considered as modification or replacements. It may be modification of physical goods or social relationships. For example, the form of our breakfast food has changed. So we eat the same basic materials such as meats, egg, corn, etc. Social change may be small scale or large scale. A line of distinction is drawn between small scale and large scale social change. Small scale change refers to change within groups and organizations rather than societies, culture, or civilization. 13. Short-term and long-term change. The magnitude of change involves the next attribute of change, the time span. Change may be classified as small scale. From a short-term perspective, may turn out to have large-scale consequences when viewed over a long period of time. 14. Social change may be peaceful, positive, or violent, negative. Peaceful has been considered as practically synonymous with gradual. The term violence frequently refers to the threat or use of physical force involved in attaining a given change, and violent with rapid. In certain sense, rapid change may voluntarily affect the emotions, values, and expectations of those involved. Peaceful has to do with changes that take place by consent, acceptance, or acquisition, and that are enforced by the normative restraints of society. 15. Social change may be planned or unplanned. Social change may occur in the natural course, or it is done by man deliberately. Unplanned change refers to change resulting from natural calamities such as famines and floods, earthquakes, and volcanic eruption. So social change is called as the unchangeable law of nature. The nature is never at rest. Planned changes occurs when social change are conditioned by human engineering. Plans, programs and projects are made by man in order to determine and control the direction of social change. The curiosity of a man never rests. Nothing checks his desire to know. The needs of human beings are changing day by day. 16. Social change may be endogenous or exogenous. Endogenous social change refers to the change caused by the factors that are generated by society or a given subsystem of society. Conflicts, communication, regionalism, etc. are some of the examples of endogenous social change. Exogenous sources of social change generally view society as a basically stable, well-integrated system that is distributed or already only by the impact of forces external to the system, global warming, wars, famine, or by new factors introduced into the system from other societies. Change within and change of the system. The orderly process of ongoing change within the boundaries of system are supposed to be process resulting in changes of the structure of the system under consideration. Dimensions should not be taken as either but rather as varying along a continuum from one extreme to another, revolutionary versus evolutionary. Thank you. Have a happy day.